Good morning. If you have never taken a class with me before, my name is Christy Denny's. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys this morning. Happy Friday and into a long weekend for most. Let me know, guys, if you are showing any property this weekend, or if you guys are going to go to any of those great events that are happening in South Florida. So hopefully we are nice and busy, and we are hoping to join this class in order for us to continue to grow our business. In this class, we're going to be focusing on content that we could be posting on social media. So in our previous two classes, we did go over quite a lot of information in Social Media 101. We talked about how to build out that Facebook page. We're also able to preview the business analytics from Facebook. And then in part two, we really focused on creating that internet audit. We also talked about how we were populating online, as well as different aggregator sites and different websites that we should be registering under, like homes.com, realtor.com. We should have a LinkedIn presence, Instagram presence, Facebook presence, and more, right? So we did go ahead and take that into consideration when we were doing this series. In today's class, we're going to be talking about the kind of content that you should be posting, or ideas of what you can be posting and where to find that information. We're going to be talking about something called OK to Advertise. And if you don't have any listings, that is perfectly fine. I'm going to show you how you can find listings that you can post onto your social media. We're going to get started inside of our Miami Gateway. We're going to use Matrix to find ourselves some listings that we can advertise. From here, you're going to create a search inside of Matrix. My first example is going to be a single family or condo property. What we want to do is we want to find active properties where the broker and the listing agent both agree that you can advertise their listings. You can do that by scrolling down and finding a tab that says additional fields. You're going to tap on this link that says add or remove. Once you do so, you're going to have available fields that are going to populate, and you're going to search for OK to advertise. Once you have, you're going to select it and tap on the add button. That's going to then move OK to advertise as an available field as one of your selected fields, as you can see here on my list. Once this has happened, tap on back and you're ready to search. So let's scroll down, and where it says OK to advertise, you have a few choices. So your first choice is yes, attribution not required. What is attribution? Attribution is credit to the original broker. If you are advertising a property that's being listed by brokerage XYZ, attribution means that somewhere in the advertisement, you would have to put courtesy of brokerage XYZ. Now, our next option is yes, attribution required. So you can pick between both of them. If the attribution is not required, you don't have to give credit. If the attribution is required, then you do have to give credit. Okay. If you guys have any questions about attribution, let me know. If you don't understand, I will re-explain it. So for example, I'm going to select attribution not required. And all I've checked off is that I'm looking for active properties. This means I have 206 matches of properties that are available for me to advertise without me having to ask additional permission to advertise this property, because the brokerage and the agent already agreed. To get a list of those results, you can tap on results and you'll have it available for you here. If I'd like, I can either put it in order of subdivision. This is a great way for me to see all of the different properties that are part of one subdivision. This means if I wanted to create a campaign, right, with multiple properties within the same building complex or subdivision, I can do that. Now, what's the benefit of being able to do that? If you do, you could appear as being the expert in a specific area. Now, of course, if you're going to do this, you want to get familiar with this complex or subdivision, but this is a great way for you to be able to advertise simply by selecting the subdivision and OK to advertise to find those properties. Now, our next step is going to preview these properties and decide what we want to list. You can simply start your search by looking at the pictures. And why would we start with looking at the pictures? Because we're advertising and people are very visual. So if you want to advertise something, you want to make sure that it's beautiful what you're advertising because you want to grab their attention. All right, so once you've selected a property, I like this one, guys. All right, I'm going to select this property on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And now moving from here, I'm going to introduce you to a program that's going to help you advertise. If you are sharing a live link on something that's on an IDX, they've already agreed to allow you to share that property by putting it on the MLS. If it says internet, yes. But in this case, we want to be able to advertise it fully, right? So we've selected OK to advertise because if I wanted to create a flyer, I can. If I wanted to create an ad on social media, I can. If I wanted to boost it, I can, not just share. So I'm going to select this one as an example. We're going to highlight this MLS number. And for those of you who are not familiar with Agent 3000, we're going to talk about Agent 3000. So as I click on Agent 3000, you're able to create landing pages, social media pages, and websites. We're going to click on Agent 3000. I'm going to show you some of the benefits of using this program. The benefits that I'm showing you in class are free to use. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for our social media tools. And under social media tools, I want to highlight for you the listing collage post. I'm going to click on here, and this way I'm going to click on the MLS number tab, and then I'm going to paste it right inside. You'll have immediate access to Agent 3000. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to accept the terms, and I'm going to click on I agree. From here, I'm going to drag the images that I'd like to add into my flyer simply by selecting and pulling them downward. Once you've chosen all of the pictures that you want to have added, then what you can do is tap on Create Collage. This is going to give me different ways that I can share this post. The first way that I can share this post is simply to post it to my social media. So you can either post it on Facebook, on Pinterest, or on LinkedIn. Let's do an example of posting it on Facebook. If I post it on Facebook, it is going to be on an IDX, right? It's linked. You can see below. Now, I'm going to select the page that I manage, and then I'm going to write a small message. Okay, so I've written my own little message. I've gone ahead and clicked on post to post it. And when I go back into my social media, which we will, I'm going to show you how that looks on your Facebook page. How long did it take me to find a property that I can list and post it? Not very long, guys. And the whole idea is if it's easy for you to do, then you're most likely going to do it again. So as I scroll down, this is the link that I've done. This is on an IDX, okay? And if my customer were to click on here, they can, and it's going to come back to my website. And they're able to see all of the information regarding this property. And what do you always want to do when you post on social media? You want to remove them from social media, whether that's going to be onto a landing page, onto your website, having them input their information to contact you. When they preview this page, they have an ability to input their information and send a message. They're also able to share this information. And on top of that, Agent 3000 has created a legal notice for us. So even if it was okay to advertise attribution required, I'm still covered if I do it this way. But why did I pick okay to advertise specifically? Because let's say I wanted to come back here and I wanted to boost this, right? Or let's say I wanted to post it in a different way and I go into Agent 3000, I scroll down and I download the screenshot. Now, if I download the screenshot, this means that it's just an image, right? You're downloading it as a JPEG, and that means I can load it onto Instagram, right? And I can put my own little message. But that JPEG is no longer, it's no longer on the IDX. So that's why if you want to freely advertise without worry and making sure that you've crossed all your I's and dotted all your T's, okay to advertise is the easiest way. But as a reminder, if it isn't an IDX feed, you can share. Now, aside from your listing collage post, there's another post that I want to show you. If I scroll down and I click on single property websites, this is another way that you can advertise listings. Now, not only are you advertising listings in a fantastic way, but you are building a single property website for a listing. And if I was a potential homeowner, I think it would be very impressive that an agent took the time to create a website for my property, right? And for others to see the way you advertise. Think of it as not only to call attention for potential customers, but that's what they're looking at. They're looking at how is it that you work. So from here, all I did was click on single property website on the left-hand side of your page, and I popped in that same MLS number. And I'm going to tap it to select it. I'm going to agree to the terms because it's okay to advertise. And we've just created quite a lot of different websites here available for this site. I'm going to show you my favorite one. I'm going to copy this URL and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to move and paste that in. And look at this beautiful website that we created in seconds that you're able to place on your social media or create a landing page for this or have as a possible listing presentation. This is the way that you advertise. Now, they don't know that it took you 3 seconds. I showed you the black header, but you also have the white header, right? And you have template 3 that's also available. This one's my favorite. I think it looks very modern. And then I can always go back into my social media and I can post that. Okay, so I'm going to remove this link because once the system captures it, you can remove the link. So let's talk about something else that you can be posting on social media. Okay, the landing pages. So going back into Agent 3000, we're going to click on landing pages and I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And these are some of the landing pages that I've created. So for example, I'm going to tap on this link. And this is the landing page that I made. It says, are you ready to buy? Get a free credit score to begin, right? And they can either register with their own Facebook, continue with Facebook. They can enter their name, their phone number, their email, and then they can tap on send me a free credit score. Okay, so this is an example of one of my landing pages. Another one that I created was what's your home worth? They can go ahead and tap on this link and they'll have all of these details available for them. This is a lead capturing tool that you can use inside of Agent 3000. So I'm going to tap back onto Agent 3000. We're going to do an example of one. Once I tap on landing pages, you do have a quick tutorial on the top left-hand corner, but I'm going to give it a name. We're going to do what is your home worth? Okay, so from here, add contact info. Yes, add contact info to the landing page. The background, we're going to select either an image or a map. I'm going to select an image, so I'm going to tap on select image to pick a picture. Now, if you wanted to upload your own, you can, tapping on upload. You can simply select to choose a file on your computer, and I am going to show you 2 places that you can find stock images that are free. But you do have quite a lot of images that have been posted for you that are available. So the one I'm going to select is going to be this picture. And then I'm going to select the green button towards the bottom. And now I have an image. Now you can see that they've placed a very white square in the middle of the picture so that we're able to write our message. For a more modern feel, you want to drag the dialog BG opacity tool to the left, and that's going to create kind of a transparent glassy look, right? So you can see more of the picture and it looks a little bit more modern. From there, you're going to give and add in your hook. Whatever hook that may be, you're going to select it. You can bold it if you'd like, and then you can change the size. 36 is good. I'm going to scroll down, and from here, there's a button text, so you can do your own call to action. What is a call to action? You are giving instruction for your audience of what it is that you'd want them to do next. So for example, you're going to give a call to action, contact me now for an estimate. And then how is it that they can contact you? How can the system let you know that you have a new lead? You're going to add in your email address that you'd wish to receive these leads from. Then you have a selection here, include continue with the Facebook button on my landing page. Yes, it's an easier way for them to subscribe, but you also have the option of making some required fields. So I'm going to require the name and then choose some contact information, phone number, email, address, right? So this is possible for you to add all of them. You choose what you'd prefer. Now that it has been all listed, you have an optional group. This is additional here. Okay, so when it comes to optional groups, optional drip campaigns, the drip campaigns are all additional, so we're not going to do this, but we are going to redirect them to a URL. Now, if you want to redirect them to a URL and you have a website, this is where you would pop in your website. So you can either create one of these property websites, or if you have your own website, you can go ahead and pop that in here. So very important for you to have your own website. We did talk about that in our previous class. I'm going to move back into Agent 3000. I'm going to redirect them to my website, get them off social media and see me as a professional. And then it'll automatically send them a message. So give it a subject and then add in whatever you'd like. So you have an example below. Thank you for your interest. By the way, is there any specific criteria or features you're interested in? This is for a potential buyer, but our information is targeting a potential seller. Whatever message you would like to add, now that it's inputted, you're going to scroll down and you're going to tap on submit. Once you tap on submit, the landing page has been added to your dashboard. So as I scroll down towards the bottom, it'll be available here. So once you've created these, all you would have to do is copy this URL. So let me take a look at it. So I'm going to copy this URL and I'm going to paste it onto my Facebook. So if I wanted to create a post, I would paste in my link. And here is my landing page that I've created, that I've posted. Give it a message up at the top. So from here, if you take the link and post onto your Facebook, let me show you what that looks like. And then when the person clicks on here, they're taken to a landing page where they can enter their name, their phone number, their email, and they can contact you for an estimate, or they can immediately continue on to Facebook. Now, let's say you wanted your post to look like this. Okay, so if I look back on my Facebook, the post looks like this. There's not the little sign up form in the middle. So it's up to you how you'd want it to show, but either way, I'm going to show you how it is that you would do that. Now that I have the link copied and I created it on my landing page, so under your social media tools, it's called website screenshot share. You're going to click on that. And from here, you're going to paste that same URL that we did. And I'm going to get the screenshot. This is going to give you basically the same thing, and it's going to have the sign up form attached. So you see how it looks like this. Now, if you want, you can simply tap on Facebook, select your page, and now post it. So if I go back into Facebook, we have this option. Let's refresh. We also have the second option, and that's if you wanted to take the additional step of the screenshot share. Okay, whichever one you prefer. All right, guys, did you like that? We made these today. We talked about okay to advertise. Now it's time for statistics, guys. So these are all of the statistics that are available for you inside of miamirealtors.com. Hovering over MLS is where you have access to those additional forms that I talked to you about if you wanted to add permission. But if you hover over news and you click on here, this is everything having to do with news and statistics. So for example, we have available a YouTube video that we post on a monthly basis. I'm going to click on this and you're able to see
report for year-end 2021. Miami-Dade County total home sales increased 49.5% in 2021 compared to all of 2020. 2021 broke Miami's all-time annual total home sales record. Single-family home sales increased 18.5%. Also, 2021 broke.
So you have the ability to share this. It is posted monthly. You can simply tap on this share icon where you can copy your link and share it. Now, I love how he speaks. I love his information that he's sharing with you. It's accurate, it's amazing, but when he's talking about it, I consider him the expert. So the best way for you to do this is for you to take this, and even if you wanted to go through it and say verbatim, it came out of your voice. It's your voice, it's your page, it's your information for you to be able to be the expert in the area. So what you can do is you can tap on South Florida market stats, which is right above it, and you'll have available all of those statistics broken down by county. So you have Miami-Dade, and as I continue to scroll down, you'll find Broward County, which Broward County is here. Continue to scroll down, you'll find all of the other ones, right? So Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie as you scroll down these. So what you want to do is you want to click on here and you want to make sure that you have access to this. You can either post this directly, but here is all of that information. So if you wanted to discuss it on a live, you can. Right? So I do love that you have these statistics that are available for you. Aside from these really cool statistics under news, you have these market snapshot infographics that are available. So as I click on here, you have them available to download them as a PDF for any presentations that you need to add it into a specific presentation, and you also have it as a JPEG. So I'm going to tap on Miami-Dade and you have these great infographics that are available for you to download. I love the shape for a story, for example, on social media, right? Or on your website, or you discuss it, right? Or you do a reel about it. So this is a great way for you to, even if you said Miami-Dade totals and home sales, they've increased 14.7%. Any information that you'd like to say, dollar volume, it's all here. So all you would have to do is repeat it. But in people listening to your voice, that gives that connection, that creates that connection. Now, aside from being able to post statistics here, inside of your Miami Gateway, you have an area called SunStats. So you can tap on SunStats and that's going to give you access to all of these infographics that you can make. So from here, you can create your own infographics that look like this. And it's going to be branded to you and you're able to show it on your Instagram, right? You can post it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can email it, you can download it, or you can print it. And I did it for December 2021. How do you do this? Really easy, actually. You simply go into your settings and decide your areas. So from here, you want to select your geographic areas, right? How do you select the geographic area? You simply click on it in order for you to do that. So I'm going to scroll down and you have your branding. You want to make sure to put in your first name, your last name, your organization, which is your company, the address of your brokerage, your cell phone number, and your email. Upload your headshot, upload your logo, and then save your settings. Once you've saved your settings, jump back into your chart builder. Inside of your chart builder, you're able to find on see all of the different charts that are available for each area. So I'm going to tap on the infographic creator because this is the one I like. Once I've selected my area, everything has updated to the county that I want to advertise. So it's very easy to be able to do this regarding stats. And of course, you'll have that branding on the bottom. These are your infographics inside of your SunStats. So where I clicked was inside of your Miami Gateway. I clicked on SunStats. After I clicked on SunStats, it opened up for me the sunstats.com, floridarealtors.org. And what we did was we went into our settings. And once I went into my settings, I selected a geographic area, and then we scrolled down and we updated our branding. Once we finish updating our branding and selecting our service area, which is easy, all you have to do is click and save the settings on whichever county you choose, city or zip code. And then we chopped into chart builder, and those changes automatically applied. So we had our different charts, but the one I like is the infographic. So it changed from the other county, which is Miami-Dade, to the Broward County. Let's keep moving, guys, because I want to share more with you. So aside from that, you do want to be able to harness different stock images, and there's two websites that you can use. The first website is pixabay.com. I love this website, right? You can search images, vectors, videos, music, and you can find free ones, right? So you want to go ahead and join here. Now, when you search, there we go, Miami, I can choose the type, right? And then I'm going to press enter to start getting an idea of what I have available. Now you want to make sure that you are selecting what's free, but this is a great place to start that search. The orientation, whether it's going to be horizontal or vertical, you can select a specific category, a specific size, a specific color. Now, aside from the pictures inside of Pixabay, because as you can see, it took me to iStock. So what it does, Pixabay, is that it puts all the pictures together. Aside from Pixabay, you also have available Upsplash to find different pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and also copy and share this with you inside of the chat. We're going to copy and share with you Pixabay, that you can go through these websites and do some searching. Another program that you want to be aware of is going to be canva.com, where you can find different images. From here, your first start, I'm going to copy Canva with you guys. This is one of my favorite programs. I like to always mention it if it's at least in 5 minutes in all of my social media. Why? Because if I input the word real estate into Canva and I'm not a graphic designer, I have all of these beautiful images that are available for me to do. Anything with a crown is a pro option, which has a cost, but everything without it, for example, this one does not have a cost. So if I wanted to pull this up, instead of using Agent 3000, I selected OK to advertise, and I wanted to download those pictures and pop them in here and add this to my page, I can simply do so. How do you add images? Once you tap on upload, it'll allow you to upload images. And then from there, that's my daughter. After you upload images, then you can go ahead and drag them in. So dragging an image is easy, right? You can upload any of the images that you would like simply by hovering and adding it in, right? So here's another great picture. I'm just going to pull what I have in the system, but this one's better. To move it is easy. You would simply click and drag whatever the piece you'd want. Just click it and drag it. This is perfect if you are not a professional graphic designer and you want beautiful social media posts. This is a great way for you to do that. Okay, and then you can always update the details simply by tapping it, and then you'll have access to editing it or updating those details. So if I go back home, You have available to create presentations, social media posts, videos. You have additional marketing options that you can do. This is print marketing, but I love it for the presentations, and I love that I can just pop in real estate and they've already created all of these different ideas that you can use. This is a great introductory for you as an agent. This is a great post as well that's already been created. If you want to talk about a specific property, a specific building, a new construction, this is a great visual outline, right? So you can just have to fill in that information if you want to create a blog. The weekly builds, right? So it gives you ideas. It starts to get the wheels in your brain turning about what you want to post and the style in which you want to post. Okay, so this is another great place where you can find information. Now, this is worth a mention as well, Realtor.com. Under Realtor.com, which I'm going to share this page with you. I hope that you guys created a a profile inside of Realtor.com. I did want to show you that you have different articles regarding buying property, selling property, and renting property. And these are toward and created for the consumer. So what you want to do is you want to use these in order to create ideas about what you want to post. You can also always post it directly. So should I rent or should I buy? Is a great calculator that you can post onto your website in order for them to start using this system. They also have advanced searches, for example. Under rent, for example, renting with pets tips. You have all of these different articles that you can pull from. This is a great way for you to get ideas. The 12 huge design trends you'll see everywhere. This is an example. This is a great visual, right? So if you wanted to post this, you can simply share it onto any of your social media for it to be available. Another better way of doing this is probably to go ahead and take one of these images. Below, you have the ability to cite it. You can also cite the article and add it as a blog, right? So sharing information about different articles regarding home ownership, renting, any kind of educational information, any kind of trends regarding remodeling the home, before and after pictures. These are all fantastic posts that you can do, and Realtor.com has quite a lot of them that you can use. You also have local insight regarding your city, and the website that I like for this is timeout.com. I used to like Miami New Times a lot, but I feel that Timeout their posts look more, they just look good. And you're able to easily post these. They're also available in English and Spanish, which I really like. If you wanted to post them in English, if you wanted to post them in Spanish, you can. And it's local information, and you have your topics up at the top: things to do, food and drink, culture, travel, right? So aside from posting statistics, real estate articles, local events, and then we talked about listings, we talked about landing pages, and we also talked about where it is that you can find free images, how you can create infographics in this class. And then the last thing that I wanted to cover was going to be paid advertising. So I know sometimes agents are a little wary of paid advertising, but I like what they did inside of Remind for that. So I'm going to show you this program. Inside of the menu, you have a marketing option. We're going to tap in here to access it. So when it comes to marketing, you'll have access to your campaign statuses on the top right-hand corner, where you're able to preview your digital marketing. But regarding marketing, you are able to determine what audience you'd like to reach, whether you'd like to access listing leads, where you're going to be able to send digital marketing to reach potential sellers, buyer leads, where you can send digital marketing to promote your listings or find new buyers, buyer and listing leads, where you can send digital marketing to promote you as an agent.
And then if you're unsure, you still have the decision whether you'd like to do a digital marketing campaign or a mail marketing campaign. In this class, we are going to be talking about digital. So we're going to choose buyer and listing leads, where we're going to send some digital marketing to promote you as an agent. From here, you'll have access to the dashboard. Inside of the dashboard, you'll have access to all of the different ads that you can create. Your Facebook listing ads for buyer leads, Facebook listing ads for seller leads, Facebook listing ads for buyer traffic. This is to promote a listing and a display ad. It also gives you a breakdown of what you're doing. Google listing ads to attract buyer traffic, as well as Facebook agent promotions. And this is what we're going to be doing today. On the left-hand side, you also have your contacts, so you're able to manage them as they come in. You also have a media library, so as you are building out your ads, you can add media into Remind, and then you can actually build out an audience. To build on an audience, you would tap on Add Audience on the top right-hand corner, and I can show you a sample of the CSV. But basically, all you would need is email addresses for 300. You need a minimum of 300 emails so that you can hit a minimum of 100 matches when you are uploading this audience. An audience will allow Facebook to better target your ad because these are people who have already expressed interest in your business. A CSV, let me show you the sample, looks like this. So you can simply save this into your computer, drop in the 300 emails, and you will have your sample audience to begin marketing digitally. This has also been simplified for you as the agent. Now we have our Facebook pages, so we want to make sure to link our Facebook page. I have currently linked my current page, but you can tap on link a Facebook page on the top right hand corner, tap to continue with Facebook, tap on continue, and then you can choose the Facebook that you want to link. Once you've chosen that page, you're going to tap on select Christy Denny's Realtor, which is that page, and it'll prompt you to combine both pages with a password. Moving back into our dashboard, let's select the type of advertising that we want to do. We're going to select the bottom one, Facebook agent promotions, buyer, seller leads. And from here, you'll be able to see what it is that we are creating with an ad preview on the right-hand side. Now, you also have the choice to hide the ad preview if it helps you or it's more simplified. From here, we've already chosen our blueprint, which is the type of advertising that we were going to do. We're going to do a Facebook agent promotion to attract both buyer and seller leads. So we've already chosen our blueprint. If you wanted to change it to another option, you can tap on choose new blueprint, and you'll have all of those different blueprints available for you. Scrolling down, it has already linked our Facebook page so that we can create the ad. And now we begin our targeting. You have two ways that you can target. You can either enter a zip code of interest, simply select and create a radius. There's a minimum of 15 miles and there's a maximum of 50. Or you have the ability to upload a specific audience, which is what we had discussed earlier, where you're able to upload those email addresses. From here, you're now creating the ad. So the headline has already been inputted for you. You're a real estate expert. You can update this and get as creative as you'd like. And then the body of the message is going to say, looking to buy or sell, contact Christy Denny's, the agent. Down below, you're also able to choose My Agent Profile as an image overlay, or you're able to select from the gallery. So if I tap on select from the gallery, I can go ahead and add media into this dashboard. I'm going to select an image that I created on Canva, and then I'm going to scroll down and confirm and close. This will be available here. I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to input a landing page. So as my landing page, I'm going to pull my Agent 3000 website, go back into Remind, paste that URL, preview my URL, make sure that it is a nice strong link, go back and tap on next. From here, I can choose how I'd like to pay, whether it's going to be a reoccurring subscription or a one-time payment. And then I can choose how I'd like to spend my marketing dollars. So at this time, it has a suggestion of $99. It says it looks great. I'm maximizing what I spend, and then it is advertising for the next 2 weeks. So instead, I'm going to click on that drop down arrow, and I'm going to see if I can advertise from the 10th, tapping on OK. Well, I'm going to see if I advertise from the 9th and advertise until the 24th. And then I'm going to lower my marketing dollars. There is a minimum of 49, but I am going to go ahead and be spending $3.24 a day. And then I'm going to input my card information, and then I'm able to tap on next, and we can check out and begin advertising our ads. So this is a great way that you can begin, that you can dip your toe into digital marketing through the system that is Remind. Now, another great option about doing it from here is the fact that Remind will allow you to pull ownership information. So for example, let me tap back into Remind, and I'm going to tap into a search just to kind of hook you guys into taking a Remind farming and prospecting class. From here, let's say I wanted to do a specific search. Okay, so I'm going to map out 33183. This is the area. I now am able to select that I'm interested in previewing off-market zip codes, and now I have more than 10,000 matches. So that's quite a lot of inventory, and I really want to specialize in a particular neighborhood. So I'm going to choose this small area near Kendall Lake Park. All right, so from here, this is the area that I want to choose to work around. I have about 312 results. You don't need to have such a minimum, but this is just an example because we want to talk about building out our audience. And these are the emails of persons that are living in this area. So when we're building out this audience, it is a cold audience. These people have not expressed specific interest in my area or in my business, but if I'm introducing myself to them, then I can update my marketing to reflect that. And if I was going to do that, then of course, regarding my ad, it would have to be very specific to this area or hyper local. But I want to show you the process. So selecting all will give me the option to be able to cart this information. And then from here, I'm going to give that a name, and I'm going to add 312 properties into my cart. Then I'm going to move into carts, and from here, I'm able to export this information. So I'm going to check off all of them, tap on export, give it a name. Okay, so I'm going to request property address information and ownership information. So I'm going to tap on export. I'm going to click on alerts because this is where we'd be able to find them. I'm going to tap on download. And what we're looking for are email addresses. Here are agent names, our names. And here we have different email addresses that we can use. And it does take some time. You are going to want to organize everything. So yes, we were able to pull all of these email addresses from the people that are living in this area. So yes, you would have to take the time to reformat this, have all of the email addresses fall how they need to fall in the CSV, as I showed you, but once you do, this is something that can really help when it comes to advertising. Now that we're in their social media, let's go ahead and take it a step further. You can use the same audience, right? The audience of Kendall Lakes. We've created a online campaign. We're on their computers, right? Now let's go ahead and do a mailer. So clicking on all of these different properties and then tapping on send mailer, we're going to give that a name. And once I've named it, Remine actually works with a company called PCM Digital. And for 311 pieces, that is snail mail, you do have the option to create this campaign. So you can get in front of them online and you can also reach them at their homes. Now, clicking on the drop down will allow you to choose the type of mailer that you want to do. So you have different sizes of postcards. You can do a letter. You can do a yellow letter. You can do a snap apart. And we can see that the price point for snail mail is significantly higher than digital. But you can combine two to introduce yourself and to corner a specific market. Now, aside from being able to do it this way, inside of Remine, we do talk about taking that same area. So you can go back into your search. We had focused in the area around Kendale. On single family homes. I'm going to specify on contacting owner occupants. Okay, I'm down to 288. I only want to speak to the owners. I'm looking for high equity homes. Okay, in this area. So for me, I want to speak to the owner with high equity in this area, and this is who I'm going to campaign against. And this means that I can take that 360, those 300 properties, and I can dwindle that down. But we do talk in further detail about this in Remine farming and prospecting. But in this class, as per social media, we're combining digital with traditional marketing of mailers using the system of Remine, which allows you to combine both. And this is why you want to really target a specific area when you market. It becomes much more easier to create a plan for yourself when you are marketing in social media to attract a particular consumer, right? To niche in a particular area and create a business plan when it comes to social media marketing and advertising when you're niched, because you have specific boundaries and it'll allow you to be consistent in your advertising and in your planning. So with that, guys, thank you so much for being part of social media part 3. Our next social media class is so exciting. It's going to be all things video and the power of being on video in order for you to engage with your customers. So it's another way to create dynamic engagement with your social media. So thank you so much for being with me today. And I look forward to working with you next class. Thank you for being Miami members.